Okay, in this assignment, we're really just learning about the three properties of color. That's one of our objectives in week one. And once you learn these, we're going to be using these for the entire rest of the course. So we're going to start here by working with a gradation in hue at maximum saturation. Now, a gradation just means an incremental change. It's like a scale. And so we're going to start by clicking on this first swatch, and I'm going to just click here on the color picker until it opens. And I recommend that you review the video before this one called Understanding Color Properties in Illustrator or Photoshop before you review this one. And when you review that one, you can pause here and go back. You'll know that maximum saturation is in the upper right hand corner, and that's what we always want to be doing. And hue, right, is right in here. So let's just start right here. I'm going to just click a color here, and then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to drag this color into this next swatch, and I'm just doing that as a point of reference. So now I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to just, take a step here and change my color. So I'm changing the color, but I'm keeping it maximum saturation like the assignment asks for, and I'm just going to go through here and create a gradation. Okay. So I'll just do one or two more here. You can make this as subtle changes or you can make big steps. You can go from various different steps here quite quickly. It's up to you. I'll probably just be exploring, maybe green, blue into green into yellow in here. Okay, let's go to gradation and value, maintaining fixed hue. And I'd also recommend checking out the student sample, the samples as well, just to take a look at what's happening there. And in this one, what we're doing is we're just creating a gradation in value maintaining fixed hue. And that means fixed hue means the same color. So everything's going to be the same for this one in terms of the underlying hue. So let's just kind of go somewhere in the center here and let's just pick a hue. Let's just maybe go here and pick a nice bright saturated hue. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing I did before. This time though, I'm going to maybe take my swatches and put them to the left and the right. And on this side, let's just go and make it lighter. So I'm going to just lighten it, going to keep the hue the same. And I'm just going to go and once again, I'm going to drag this swatch in here. So I have a point of reference. And, just go and lighten up. You see, I'm just keeping my hue the same, and the only thing I'm doing is changing what we call the value. Okay, so I would do the same thing here, except in this case, I'm going to be going down this way to start creating, oop, that's a bit of a big step. You want to kind of try to keep your steps somewhat even. So there we go. So this one would be going darker. That's a little bit of an uneven step there. I might just want to go in there and take it a little bit back. But you get the idea, right? So, and then we would just keep going and make that one darker. Just demonstrating how a single hue can go from light to dark. In this last one, we're going to be doing the same idea with it, which is a gradation. Again, you can pick any colors in here that you like. Let's just maybe, I don't know, pick a purple color in here. And in this one, actually, I think I'm going to choose a different color here. Purple tends to be quite a dark color, as you can see. So I'm going to pick something that's a little lighter in value. They're all maximum saturation, but some colors just look darker at maximum saturation. What I'm going to do with this one is I am going to maintain a fixed hue and value. Now this is the trickiest one, and again I refer you back to the student sample. What you're going to be doing with this one, and let me just pop this color in here, is I'm going to try to keep the value the same. Oh, I double clicked and I went into the isolation mode, so I need to click the little arrow here and get back in here. So I'm going to open up the color picker, and what I want to do is I want to keep the value the same, the lightness and darkness, and the only thing is I want to desaturate this color. So you can see here if I compare these two colors, this is my original color and this is my new color, that I'm actually kind of making it a little darker. So maybe I'll want to just, this takes a little bit of practice, but let's just try to keep our value the same. We do want to desaturate it, so we are going to probably have to tone it out a little bit. You can see that I'm now toning, I'm graying it out, so I'm adding a mixture of white and black. Again, check out my previous video on this topic. And I'm just going to try to gray it out, desaturated it at the same time. I want to keep my hue constant and my value constant. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing here as I'm just going along here, and you want to try to even out your steps. But you can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to just keep it the same value. It is getting a touch darker, but sometimes that is unavoidable with some of the darker or lighter colors. But I'll do my best to just keep working with it. Okay, so I'm going to go all the way to the end. I'm going to color in every single swatch from the beginning to the end with my scales. Oh, one final thing. When you're done, this is Illustrator, and I always recommend students work with Illustrator if they're new to software, because it's much easier for this class. If you're a Photoshop pro, by all means use Photoshop, but if you are relying on tutorials and such, definitely use Illustrator. So we're going to now save this. I'm going to back this up two ways. I'm going to back this up right here in the Save As menu as my Illustrator file. Okay, so this is your native file, AI file, and I could rename it here or just keep it the same. I'll probably want to rename it because I don't necessarily want to overwrite my template that my template that I downloaded. I may want to go back and review that again and kind of keep working on this. And just click OK, and you've got that saved. Now to submit it to the classroom, we're going to do one other thing. We're going to go to File and Export. And from the Export menu, I'd like you to select for your format the JPEG and export it, and you'll get this menu here. And I would just leave everything as the settings for that are right here. I think that will work pretty well. If you find your quality is not that good when you open your JPEG, it looks a little pixelated, you can always increase your quality a little bit more, but I would just try it right here for now. And that's it. So you save that, and that's the file you upload to the classroom.